Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. I welcome you to the 13th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Today, Jesus continues his orientation for mission for his disciples. Discipleship is an invitation to relationship, to communion, fellowship, and friendship with Jesus. And this could be the reason why Jesus made an express, request today from us for loyalty. Loyalty, as we know, is connected to, commitment, to faithfulness, to fidelity, to devotion, to dedication, to firmness, to stability in a relationship. So Jesus requests us today to be loyal to him. In the first verse of our passage today, Jesus made an emphatic statement. He said, "Unless you love me more than you love your parents, your children, and your siblings, then you are not worthy of me." The emphasis is on the more. Jesus is not in any way advocating for, a sort of disloyalty in the family. But Jesus wants us to make God the first in our lives. Jesus wants us to allow God to take the center stage, to become the center of our life. Jesus wants us to give God the priority in our lives. Every human person has three aspects of life: the thoughts, the words, and the actions. And Jesus wants us to allow God to be the absolute influencer of these three aspects of the human person. That my thoughts, my words, my actions are controlled by God himself. And this is what Jesus meant when he requested for this loyalty. I would like to share with us 4 ways in which we can show our loyalty to God. The first one is about disposition, and that is, detachment. For us to show loyalty to Jesus, we have to embrace detachment. And when I talk about detachment, I'm not just talking about getting detached from material things, but I am talking about detachment from erroneous ideologies, detachment from toxic experiences, detachment from vicious thoughts, detachment from negative thoughts, detachment from unforgiveness, detachment from prejudice, detachment from everything that is ungodly. This is the basic disposition every person needs in order to be loyal in this kind of relationship. The second way is through obedience. In obedience, one submits his will to the will of God, so that it's no longer my human will that is filled with a lot of retaliations, revenge, passions, and all that controls me, but I allow the will of God to be the one to be in control of me. It's also a sort of humility, because humility and obedience are so connected that, it gives us the disposition to submit ourselves and allow the will of God to control us. It's in this kind of situation that one says, I am nothing without God, and God becomes my all. The third way we show our loyalty to the Lord is through generosity, which in practical terms you may call hospitality, which involves also accepting, welcoming, and accommodating a person in the name of the Lord. The Jews called it shalia. Shalia means when you accept the messenger of the king and, treat that messenger as if he is actually the king. Jesus invites us today to embrace this kind of life, the life of, being generous and being hospitable to people. And he says to us, anyone who gives, even a cup of water to a prophet, to a righteous person, or to the little ones, that the person is going to receive a lot of blessings and rewards. We show this hospitality when we welcome and accept even our wives or our husband or our friends or those who have a different opinion from us. When we welcome and accept those that we think that are so weak and are so, imperfect, these are the ways we show our loyalty to the Lord, because when we accept this kind of persons, God blesses us. Remember what happened in Matthew chapter 25. Anything you do to the least of my brothers, you did for me, and you will be blessed. But anything you fail to do for them, you will be punished. So, every act of hospitality is a demonstration of our loyalty to the Lord. If we go back to the encounter between Abraham and the 3 men, we see also that he was blessed. His family was blessed because of his hospitality. If we go also to the encounter between Elijah and the widow of Zarephath, After that encounter, the widow received abundance and also received the gift of restoration of life for the son. Also, in the encounter between prophet Elisha and the couple from Shunem, you see, after that their hospitality to the prophet Elisha, God blessed them with a son and blessed them also with fruitfulness and prosperity. So, Jesus says to us today that any act of hospitality or generosity will never go unrewarded. The fourth way in which we show our loyalty to the Lord is through constant communication. Because without communication, relationships do not work. We have to open the pages of the Bible to listen to the Lord, to communicate with Him. And secondly, we have to pray. So prayer is also an act of communication with the Lord. And through these two aspects, we demonstrate our loyalty to the Lord. Loyalty is a demonstration of love, pero is not a sign of weakness or stupidity. So that if someone shows you, your wife or your husband or your friend shows you, this loyalty, it's not an opportunity to abuse or to enslave or to exploit or to oppress that person. No. There should be a sort of mutual reciprocity in this loyalty for every relationship to thrive. So, as we pray today, let us ask the Lord to give us the grace of humility so that we may learn to be loyal to one another, and because of that, our relationship will continue to be successful. Remember that you are blessed to bless.